Hello, 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 hello. It is me, that divination witch. I hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm here to talk about Hecate. And I'm here to talk about offerings to her. I may have talked about this before, but I'm going to do it again. So, if anyone is into deity work in general, or a pagan, or to be honest, there's other religions that do things like this. If you feel so inclined to leave an offering to a spirit, then you may want to naturally follow some sort of rule book. Look into what this spirit likes. It's like a person. You want to give someone a gift. You want to get them something they like. I'm here today to talk about that said rule book. Is there one with Hecate? Is there certain things she likes over other things? What's her preference? Let's get into it. If you don't know who I am, hi. My name's Sarah. I go by that divination witch online. I started off on TikTok posting readings, and now I'm here. I'm on YouTube. I share my journey. I share information I've learned. And I try and be down to earth and practical with it all because I like that. And if you like it too, please hit subscribe. I've also got a link tree just below if you're interested in getting a reading off me, or if you want to join my Patreon. I do have an Etsy store as well. You know, these services, I do offer readings, hints and tips, help to do with this sort of stuff. So yeah, if you're interested, please check it out. Thank you. So Hecate, unlike me or you or any spirit or deity, yes, there are things that she likes, things that she has a preference with over other things. Now when we give an offering to her, or to any deity for that matter, the offering could be something physical, or it could be something in her honour or their honour, something that is not material, like time. You know, if you dedicate your time to Hecate, if you dedicate time doing something in her name, that's just as good of an offering as physically giving her something is, because spirits don't physically, you know, kind of interact with things, not that we can physically see. How many times am I saying physically? You know, if I gave Hecate a cup of wine, she ain't gonna come down from the spirit world and drink it up. She takes the energy from the wine. She absorbs the goodness from the wine, just like any other spirit could do such a thing. Just like when we engage with spirits, we work with spirits, it's an exchange of energy. And I don't mean this in a way to scare anyone, but in a way Hecate is, you know, absorbing some of our energy the way we also absorb hers. She's not feeding off us or anything. I'm not trying to say it like that, but it's an exchange. It's mutual, and it's the same for any god, even Christian god. You pray to God, you might get something in return. Love, good vibes, whatever it may be. It's the same for every god, really, and every spirit. It's an exchange of energy. The world, the universe, we're all made up of energy, and energy doesn't die. And that's a scientific fact. I'm no scientist, but I know that energy doesn't just die or dissipate. It transmutes, it transforms into something else. Every single atom is made up of a form of energy, per se, to my rudimentary knowledge. So when it comes to Mother, the reason she likes different things is because of the energy signatures. Because if you think about it, everything and everyone has a unique fingerprint. I mean, our fingerprints themselves are unique, but not just that, our energy's unique. Nobody's the same. We might be very similar, but nobody's the same. Nobody, not even an identical twin, is the same. Everyone is different, and everything is different. It blows your mind once you think about it. Every little raindrop is different. Every little snowflake is different. Every grain of sand is different. Every single thing on this planet and in this universe is different. But there are certain, the way I see it is certain energetic wavelengths that go together. And I'm like, yes, I like you. I like this person. I like this food. I like doing this certain thing because of the energy of the thing, and it makes me feel a certain way. And that's the way gods work as well as spirits work in general. Our ancestors, our spirit guides too. This is not just deities. So when it comes to Hecate, there are certain things she likes. Garlic. First things first, garlic. Garlic is a herb, and it's a stinky herb. And back in the day it was linked to magic. And it's plentiful. It's not endangered or anything like that. I'm sorry, I'm just checking where my little shit of a bunny has gone. Garlic back in the day was linked with magic. She likes garlic. If you think about the plant garlic, the herb garlic, how many times am I saying garlic? It's a root. It's a root sort of herb. It's a bulb. The bulb bit is what we use, which is in the earth. And Hecate's connection is in the earth as well. She lives in the liminal space. But the garlic itself has leaves outside. If you ever pick a wild garlic, it looks a bit like grass, like a spring onion sort of thing. And if you think about the plant itself as half in the ground and half above ground, it's the liminal space, just like mother. No wonder it's a magic herb. And it tastes quite nice in pasta and non-garlic bread and pizza. It tastes quite nice, actually. That is a big herb of hers. This is just an example. There are other things she likes. Fish. I call them stinky fish. Red mullet is her traditional fish. But it's not just red mullet. She loves salmon. She loves mackerel. She loves any fish, really. And seafood in general, I would say. Why does she love seafood? Well, she has dominion over the sea. It is said that she has dominion over the sea, and especially the darker side of the sea. Now, fun fact, and I'll do a video about him at some point, but my favourite animal is an orca. And I've had this tattoo since before I was a witch, before I knew what any of this was. And long story short, I went down a rabbit hole ages ago of looking up deities to do with orcas, and I found a local deity to me on the back of that, who is a deity to do with the river Weir, called Condatis. It's a whole thing. I went down a rabbit hole. But, considering that's my favourite animal, Orcus and Orcus. Orcus is the Roman god of the dead and the underworld. And Hecate is linked to him. And this is very new to me. It's a new brainwave I've had, and I'm like, oh my word. And I think Orcus has been around me for a very long time and I just haven't realised. But it's because Orcus is Roman/Latin, you know, and the word Orcus is to do with the dead and the underworld. Orca means killer whale. All these things are linked. This is what I'm saying. The meanings of things, the energy signatures of things. So is it any wonder that my favourite animal is an orca? Maybe Orcus is around me. This is a new path I'm personally exploring. You know, always remain open-minded. But even if he's not, interesting, because Hecate is with me and it's a link to Hecate. I also found out, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but I went to Vancouver a few years back. Around 2018, that's when I woke up, to be honest. And that's when all stuff was sort of starting to change. I went to Vancouver in Canada. Hello, any Canadians. Hi, I love Vancouver. It's a beautiful place. Very fresh. But there was an island. I looked it up after I came home. I was feeling nostalgic one day, looking on Google Maps, because Victoria's not far from there. And I swear I saw an island. It's either an island or a stretch of water that's named Hecate. And that just went, whoa, like my mind blown. Again, this link with the orcas. It's, you know, it's this whole thing. Everything is linked. But back to offerings for mother. So garlic, yes, she loves that. She loves the fish. Yeah, and yeah, she has this link with the sea, and that's why I went on that ramble about the Orcus, sorry. There's other things she loves. I mean, for me personally, it's dark candles, the colour black. Black, I mean, it makes sense. She lives a lot in darkness. She is the light bearer, the torch bearer. For me personally, and I'm not saying this is for you, but she doesn't really like white candles. She's never accepted them. I've done that in a video before. I've explained that she just won't accept them off me. They never stay lit. But it doesn't mean that's for everyone, because I do know some witches that she does accept them from. But for me, it's always black candles or purple or deep reds. And it's the colours that are vibing with her, with what her energetic signature is. Purple's the colour of magic. Red is the colour of passion, of fire, and love and desire. And I'm trying to think of more things it could be linked to. She is a very passionate woman. She is. I wouldn't say it's like in the same way say Lilith is, but she has this side to her, this fiery side, this not to be trifled with side, so it would make sense. Other offerings, she likes the plant lavender. Now lavender itself, I am sure, the colour purple in general, it's linked, like I say, with magic. And it's linked with royalty as well, because back in the day, wasn't it royal blue and purple? Only the royals could wear that in the Middle Ages again, in Europe. And lavender, I don't know if this is true, but I'm hearing her say it's something to do with funerals. It's something to do with ancient funerals is what she's saying. And I do know for a fact that poppies were used in ancient Rome at funerals. And poppies, I found that out because somebody who used to be a customer of mine was working with Pluto, who is like the Roman Hades, and he put poppies into my head. Yeah, lavender, she does love lavender, but if you think lavender is quite a soothing herb, a soothing flower, a soothing plant, the smell, it's lovely, the smell, it's fresh but soothing, it lulls you to sleep, it lulls you to the liminal space. Lately, because it's Yuletime time, nice English, she got me to get a wreath. And I always associated wreaths with Yule and Christmas. You know, you traditionally put them on your door. Never looked into it further. Got this wreath, got the one she wanted. It's artificial, pine cones and flowers and berries on it. And she told me to put it above where her candle was on the wall, and I have. And only after, looked it up. Wreaths originally were a Greek, Roman funerary thing. It was meant to symbolise the circle of life. There is something Mother liked that I had no idea about, that is not written in any book, that she wanted me to get, and I listened and I got it. And it's linked back to ancient Greece, back to the funerary rites of people, back to the circle of life and the liminal space. Like, everything just gets linked back. And this is what I'm trying to say. So there is no definitive list of things that Mother loves. Like, if you were to look up a list of some things like garlic, lavender, red wine, that's another one. Red wine, she does like red wine, but she's thrown me curveballs with that. And I'll never forget the time that I got her red wine and she didn't like it. And I'm like, what's wrong? Why don't you like it? She wanted Prosecco. I still don't have any idea why. It was a certain brand. I got it for her. And Prosecco, if you don't know, it's an Italian white wine, sparkling white wine. It's a bit like champagne, but it's Italian. Okay. You know, what I am trying to say, guys, sorry for going on a ramble, but when it comes to Mother and any spirit, once you build that connection with them, they tell you what they want. And an offering doesn't come off a definitive list. Yes, there are things she's linked with, like the popular things, garlic, lavender, fish, owls, dogs, you know, symbols like that. Dragon's blood, I don't know, there's sorry, the rabbit is running around. But there are lots of things she's linked with, historically. But time goes on and time moves on, and like any human being, we don't just like 3 foods and that's it. We don't just like 3 little things. We are all like different things, and it depends on our mood as well. And spirits are the same, I'm finding out. And Hecate is definitely the same. So honestly, for any beginners out there want to give her offerings, start off with the list, sure. Go with your safe bet, sure. She likes mugwort, there's another herb she likes. You know, there are certain herbs, colours, candles, symbols, foods, drinks. You know, there's certain things she likes. And you can go with something off that list that can't steer you wrong when you're first starting off, and she'd appreciate that. Of course she would. Because in my experience, she appreciates everything we do for her. But it doesn't have to be just something off a list. Keep an open mind and listen to her. Once you develop your relationship with her, if you get a feeling about something, go for it. Like me and the Christmas wreath. You know, I didn't know that was to do with the circle of life. I didn't know it was something that was in Greco-Roman funerals until I got it, and she wanted it, and it's technically hers. She's a part of my traditions. You know, Christmas, I still call it Christmas, you know, because it's in the mainstream, it's popular. I do acknowledge Yule, you know, and I'll try and do a video maybe or something on Yule for you guys, a post, a live, depends on my energy. I acknowledge these things, but I feel as time goes on, things smush together, and, you know, even if you're a Christian, let's face it, Christmas is very commercialised. It really is. It's not really about the birth of Jesus, is it? It's about Santa Claus and presents. Just saying. So she's in on this as well. She is part of my personal traditions. She's part of my life as a whole, so of course she is. So yes, she has her own Christmas decorations. And yeah, just keep an open mind is what I would say. Offerings to Hecate, they're not always physical things either, like I've touched upon. I've mentioned this in other videos, like you could, I don't know, adopt a dog or sponsor a dog at charity, or help out at an animal shelter, or help the homeless, or, you know, stuff like that, charity things. But it's not just charity things. I do these videos for her, not just for her, for me too, and I've mentioned that before. Sometimes sitting down and writing your feelings to her. She loves the written word. It doesn't have to go any further than between you and her, but sometimes writing her a letter, or just meditating with her, spending time with her. Mother is a typical mother in that sense. She appreciates everything. She really does. She's so kind-hearted. I've never met a deity quite like that. I think I've said this on videos before, but the way some people think Jesus is, and, you know, I think Jesus is a cool guy. I just don't like the way some people shove him down others' throats. You know, it's not nice. I don't think he approves of that either. But you know how he's this all-loving guy? Truly, I feel Mother is similar in that way, that she doesn't judge. She loves us unconditionally. Once you are her child, you are her child. And that's that. It doesn't matter what path you end up going down, you know, she will always love us, always. And there's people out there she cares about and loves, and they don't even realise she's there. And her name itself means she who works from afar. And a lot of the time, even I don't realise she's there sometimes. But I imagine a lot of, I call them muggles, you know, people who aren't into this spiritual stuff, don't realise she is one of their guides per se. She helps so many people that it's unfathomable to me. And she has a great love for humanity, she really does. Yeah, so on that note, I hope this video has helped, because I've had questions about what offerings do I give her. Well, this is me telling you, well, yes, you can start from a list, but really, there is no list. It's personal. So let me know what you think, if you've got any hints or tips that could help anyone. put them in the comments. And until next time, stay safe, of course, and stay witchy. Bye.